Taken from Search in Secret India, Paul Brunton's experience of meeting with Kanchi Paramacharya. So far, I have depended on myself for guidance. Even some of your ancient sages say that there is no other God than that which is within ourselves. I hazard. And the answer swiftly comes: God is everywhere. How can one limit him to one's own self? He supports the entire universe. Paul Brunton, what is the most practical course for me to take? Kanchi Paramacharya, go on with your travels. When you have finished them, think of the various yogis and holy men you have met, and then pick out the one who makes most appeal to you. Return to him, and he will surely bestow his initiation upon you. I look at his calm profile and admire its singular serenity. But suppose, Your Holiness, that none of them makes sufficient appeal to me. What then? In that case, you will have to go on alone until God Himself initiates you. Practice meditation regularly. Contemplate the higher things with love in your heart. Think often of the soul, and that will help to bring you to it. The best time to practice is the hour of waking. The next best time is the hour of twilight. The world is calmer at those times and will disturb your meditations less. He gazes benevolently at me. I begin to envy the saintly peace which dwells on his bearded face. Surely his heart has never known the devastating upheavals which have scared mine. I am stirred to ask impulsively, if I fail, may I then turn to you for assistance? Sri Shankara gently shakes his head. I am at the head of a public institution, a man whose time no longer belongs to himself only. My activities demand almost all my time. For years, I have spent only 3 hours in sleep each night. How can I take personal peoples? You must find a master who devotes his time to them. But I am told that real masters are rare and that a European is unlikely to find them. He nods his assent to my statement but adds, truth exists. It can be found. Paul Brunton, can you not direct me to such a master? One who you know is competent to give me proofs of the reality of higher yoga. His Holiness Kanchi Paramacharya does not reply till after an interval of protracted silence. Yes, I know of only two masters in India who could give you what you wish. One of them lives in Banaras, hidden away in a large house which is itself hidden among spacious grounds. Few people are permitted to obtain access to him. Certainly, no European has yet been able to intrude upon his seclusion. I could send you to him, but I fear that he may refuse to admit a European. And the other, my interest is strangely stirred. The other man lives in the interior, farther south. I visited him once and known him to be a high master. I recommend that you go to him. Who is he? He is called the Maharishi. His abode is on Arunachala, the mountain of the holy beacon, which is in the territory of North Arcot. Shall I provide you with full instructions so that you may discover him? A picture flashes suddenly before my mind's eye. I see the yellow robed friar who has vainly persuaded me to accompany him to his teacher. I hear him murmuring the name of a hill. It is the hill of the holy beacon. Many thanks, Your Holiness, I rejoin. But I have a guide who comes from the place. Then you will go there? I hesitate. All arrangements have been made for my departure from the south tomorrow. I mutter uncertainly. In that case, I have a request to make. The Holiness says, with pleasure I say, promise me that you will not leave South India before you have met the Maharishi. I read in his eyes a sincere desire to help me. The promise is given. A benignant smile crosses his face. Do not be anxious. You shall discover that which you seek. A murmur from the crowd which is in the street penetrates the house. I have taken up too much of your valuable time. I apologize. I am indeed sorry. Sri Shankara's grave mouth relaxes. He follows me into the anteroom and whispers something into the ear of my companion. I catch my name in the sentence. At the door, I turn to bow in farewell salutation. His Holiness calls me back to receive a parting message. You shall always remember me, and I shall always remember you. And so, hearing these cryptic and puzzling words, I reluctantly withdraw from the interesting man whose entire life has been dedicated to God from childhood. He is a pontiff who cares not for worldly power because he has renounced all and resigned all. Whatever material things are given to him, he at once gives again to those who need them. His beautiful and gentle personality will surely linger in my memory. I wander about Chengalpat till evening, exploring its artistic old world beauty, and then seek a final glimpse of His holiness before returning home. I find him in the largest temple of the city. The slim, modest, yellow-robed figure is addressing a huge concourse of men, women, and children. Utter silence prevails among the large audience. I cannot understand his vernacular words, but I can understand that he is holding the deep attention of all present, from the intellectual to the illiterate. I do not know, but I hazard the guess that he speaks on the profoundest topics in the simplest manner, for such is the character I read in him. And yet, though I appreciate his beautiful soul, I envy the simple faith of his vast audience. Life apparently never brings them deep moods of doubt. God is, and there the matter ends. They do not appear to know what it means to go through dark nights of the soul, when the world seems like the grim scene of a jungle like struggle, when God recedes into shadowy nothingness, and when man's own existence seems nothing more than a fitful passage across the small transient fragment of the universe which we call Earth. We drive out of Chengalpat under an indigo sky gemmed with stars. I listen to palms majestically waving their branches over the water's edge in an unexpected breeze. My companion suddenly breaks the silence between us. You are indeed lucky. Why? Because this is the first interview which His Holiness has granted to a European writer. Well, that brings his blessing upon you. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Arunachala Ramanaya.